What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to the Punk Rock Review. So my voice might go in and out a little bit. My apologies for that, but this is kind of a time-sensitive subject. I made a video the other night talking about how the members from Power Trip or a couple of the guys from Power Trip have started a new band called Fugitive, and they did a show in Austin the other night, and then they did a surprise like mini set with all the members of Power Trip, and then it featured the fella from Fugitive on vocals. I think his name's Seth Gilmore on vocals. And I watched the show and whatever. I'll link that in the description if you want to watch that too. But we watched the set and everything. The family of Riley Gale, singer of Power Trip, that is unfortunately no longer with us, put out a statement, and I went over all that in the other video, right? There was a very negative response to that. The fans of the band were not receptive to what they said at all. And so they're trying to do damage control now, and I find it incredibly interesting. And I just wanted to read what they wrote. I'll read this thing I found on Brooklyn Vegan to kind of give you guys all the details, and we'll go from there. But I would love to get your feedback. I'm a fan of Power Trip, and I think that if you like them, you should go check out Fugitive. That band is very, very good too. Very similar style of music. So on Brooklyn Vegan, it says, following the surprise reunion of Power Trip earlier this month with Seth Gilmore, who is in Fugitive with Power Trip guitarist Blake Ibanez, as well as Scourge, filling in on vocals, the family of the late Riley Gale and the Riley Gale Memorial Fund released a statement. The Riley Gale Memorial Fund Foundation and Gale family are aware of the event that took place at Mohawk in Austin, Texas, on December 1st of 2023. It reads, it caught us entirely by surprise. At no point in the planning or lead up to that moment was anyone in the Gale family consulted or even invited. We were not asked our thoughts or feelings about it taking place. If we were, we would have liked to discuss who would fill on vocals, since Riley has laid out very specific requests for this exact scenario. Riley's father, Brandon Gale, has now issued a second statement clarifying the first and addressing the criticism from fans that have accused the family of turning the scenario into a cash grab. He also thanks Seth and praises his performance. The new statement reads as such, because for anybody that's wondering, in their statement, this is just a edited version of it. They mention like buying albums and doing like benefit stuff. Like they mention financial stuff like 3 times in their statement. When I did my other video, I thought it was weird that they said that stuff too. So let's read his new statement, his amended statement, I guess. In quotes. Okay. The Gale family posted a message on December 2nd, and we were saddened to hear that many fans interpreted our original message as some attempt to grab money, which is absolutely not the case. The wishes communicated were simply the ones Riley had shared with his friends and family, given the state of the world in 2020 prior to his passing. They were never demands. Please take a moment and allow us to correct any confusion we created. And then he has bullet points. The loss of our son, brother, and friend Riley is something we will never recover from. And that I completely understand, and I feel for them. I'm very, very empathetic and sympathetic to their situation. It's awful. I can't imagine. I've lost family, so it's the worst. And Riley was a friend of mine, so like that was my whole reason for even covering this, because I knew Riley. We weren't like best friends. We were friends though, man. I knew Riley for a long time. I'm from Texas, so anybody's wondering how I met him, I just met him in Austin, Dallas, punk rock and hardcore scene. The Riley Gale Memorial Foundation was established after Riley died by Riley's family and a handful of his friends and Power Trip fans. The mission of the foundation is to continue the legacy of Riley that Riley created by raising money for the social causes that were important to him and his fans. The Riley Gale Memorial Foundation is an IRS-approved 501c nonprofit legal charity, and any funds raised must be handled by the laws governing nonprofits. 100% of the net funds raised for the foundation are distributed to the causes that he supported. The RGF has no employees, no paid executives and only distributes funds to charitable causes. It operates completely by the kindness and dedication of volunteers. Okay, but that includes like people that are giving their time, not just his family. So like that's fans. Of course, the fans are willing to do that, right? And it says Riley's for surviving siblings and his parents agreed that all royalties and income due to Riley's estate go into the foundation. The Gales have not taken a single dollar nor benefited in any way financially from Riley's estate. And in fact, the Gale family has used its own resources to fund the establishment of the foundation and all expenses for the fundraising events. I mean, of course I don't understand. Yeah, I mean, I would have expected that. To date, the foundation has made significant contributions to Dallas Hope Charities, over $100,000 in direct contributions and donations from RGF and Dog Ranch Rescue. The RGF established the Riley Gale Band Tour Grant to help up-and-coming hardcore metal artists to cover tour expenses. The first recipient of the band grant was Frozen Soul, who also headlined the foundation's fundraiser, Riley and Friends Volume 2, in August of 2022. The RGF will continue to support Dallas Hope charities and animal rescue and rehoming organizations, the Riley Gale Band Tour Grant, and mental health and wellness support organizations going forward. We would also like to specifically appreciate and thank Seth Gilmore. He really put his all into that performance. Our only mission is to embrace the incredible legacy of caring. Our only mission is to embrace the incredible legacy of caring for and comforting those who are marginalized, discarded, or simply forgotten by society. Those of you who truly knew Riley know this was and is his legacy. I would agree with that. We are grateful that Riley's passion for the hardcore community and for his work growing Power Trip to good grief. Sorry, dude, I'm tired. It's very late. We are grateful that Riley's passion for the hardcore community and his work growing Power Trip to one of the best bands in the world will help fund his wishes for decades to come. As Riley's dad and the person who wrote the original message, it broke my heart to hear that I got it wrong. I humbly request that you understand the raw emotions we face and how they impact us every day thinking about what the world lost when Riley died. Respectfully, Brandon Gale, on the behalf of the Gale family and the Riley Gale Memorial Foundation. So, first and foremost, Power Trip have not publicly addressed either of these statements, nor do I think they should. Previously, Riley's family filed a lawsuit against the members of Power Trip in an attempt to have some control over the band's decisions. I think that is incredibly important because I don't like what this is sounding like. I want to be very careful with what I say because I didn't know his family. I knew him. I didn't know his family. I didn't even know him that well. So like we were friends, but we were like homies. You know what I'm saying? Like probably doing shit we should have been doing. Like, man, I'm not even like a metal dude. I love that band, but I saw its inception. So like, anyways, this gets me all kinds of worked up. But like, I don't know that his dad is it feels to me, and I didn't know that it was his dad that wrote it. So I that does make me feel a little bit different. But like, just because somebody's your family doesn't mean that they have your best interest at heart. And just because somebody's family doesn't mean that they're not doing something that is gross or something, right? And I'm not saying that that's what this is. I'm just stating that, like, just because somebody is that doesn't mean that there should be no, like, consideration of maybe this isn't what they should be doing. Like, people are just people. And, you know, my dad sucked. So, like, and I didn't mean that. I just mean that, like, just because he was my dad doesn't mean I miss my dad very, very, very much. I will end this video saying my opinion is that they were absolutely doing something that I considered very tacky and that he's trying to do damage control. But people are allowed to make mistakes and we shouldn't just hold this over his head. I, for one, publicly, whatever, like, good, thank you. I accept that. And, you know, I hope maybe he takes a little more time when doing a public, when making a public statement, especially when it's something that if he knows how much people care about his son and his son's legacy and his music, then he should know what that meant to everybody. So I understand being like surprised, caught off guard, and emotional. But man, this is 2023, man. Everything is is digital. Everything's kept now. There's records for everything now. So you got to be careful. So I feel for them. I guess my vote would be that we just give him the pass on whatever it was he meant. Who cares, right? Let the like just as long as they're not like trying to sue these people or whatever again. Let them do what they're doing. Let him say what he's saying. Let him feel how he's feeling because it's gotta sting. It's gotta hurt. But I mean, to make a statement publicly and be like, hey, I don't agree with this happening, and in the same statement be like, but go buy these records and put money here. It's just crazy to me. Like there should have been two separate posts. Had it been two separate posts, like, hey, we don't agree with how this was conducted. It really hurt our feelings, and we wish we were included in it. And these are the reasons why, so that we could have some input, and so we could have been involved, so we could have been there and witnessed it. And then in a separate post, hey, this all happened. Aside from our personal feelings about it, if you want to contribute, here's how you can do it. In my opinion, that's how it should have been handled separately. Outside of that, I feel for the parents and the family and their friends, obviously, right? I would be included in that last part. So um, instead of just making this a nasty thing, I vote that we just listen to more Power Trip, bang our heads, and help people that need it. Um, I've always kind of been open to, I don't want to make this about me, but I've always been open to people reaching out to me. So what I will end this with is if you're out there and you're alone and you need something, if you're dealing with addiction, depression, anxiety, bad day at work, whatever, if you need somebody to talk to, my Instagram and email is in the description of every video. I've never once turned to somebody away. So reach out. You're not alone. And RIP Riley. And I hope his family's doing okay. Outside of that, y'all have a great night. All right. Peace.